Captain America, baby. He's back. He's black. And according to some of y'all, he's whack. Or is that just the MAGA moviegoers being racist again? Yeah, I said it. What?
It's good booze.
So I've really been looking forward to this movie ever since I saw the trailer. And like a lot of y'all, I saw that the ratings for this were down. And Rotten Tomatoes is like 50%, maybe a little lower by now, I don't know. But around 50%. It's like, that sucks. So I went to see the movie, came out of theater. Man, I like this movie. So I was thinking, man, it has its flaws, but like I don't really understand the heavy criticism of it. But I thought about it a little bit more. Some points are valid. I'll get to them. But there's a lot of newness in the movie, right? You got, of course, a new Captain America. You got a new Falcon. You've got a new Thunderbolt Ross. All right, we saw him with his mustache in Civil War, maybe some other movies. But now he's been played by Harrison Ford. That's new. He's now the president. That's new. You got a new Black Widow. She's a tiny Israeli woman. So you got that going on. Beat Nash, she's awesome. And so there's a lot of newness going on. You have kind of a new character in an old Captain America. He's not really new. He was in the series Falcon and the Winter Soldier with his poofy hair. Very, very poofy. Like every time he's talking, I'm just looking at his poofy hair. I'm not paying attention to a word he's saying. Why y'all do that to that man? Why you do that? So as far as the plot, most of y'all saw the trailer, right? So you got people I just talked about working for the president now. Some stuff goes down around the White House, and now everything's gone crazy, right? We've got a lot of action. We've got a lot of mysteries to solve. Who's behind everything? And according to a lot of y'all, there's a lot of problems at that point. But that's what's going on. As far as like the vibes of it, it's like it has those old Hulk movie vibes. I'm thinking like the 2008 Hulk and the other Hulk. I don't remember when that came out. It has those Hulk vibes in there. You got the spy thriller vibes in there, like the Captain America Winter Soldier stuff going on. And you've got a lot of Harrison Ford being Harrison Ford. Grumpy as, even when he was younger, he was grumpy, right? Like, get off my plane, right? Give me back my son. Stuff like that. You know, get out of my way. Get out of my White House. Give me back my weed. Get out of my life. Stuff like that, pretty much. Those are the vibes. Just picture Harrison Ford doing all that around all the spy stuff and the Hulk stuff. And that's pretty much the movie. Speaking of Harrison Ford, man, I loved his performance. He was great. And people are going to talk about Anthony Mackie, and he is great as well. Not good, great. Anthony Mackie, he can definitely carry any movie he wants to. I love Anthony Mackie, but I also love Harrison Ford. He's great in this as well. All the performances, really. Whatever role anyone had, small or big, in this movie, they all did it really well. So I love the acting. I love the action. I thought was cool. The Hawk, the Red Hawk in there is cool. I know some people complained about how he looked in comparison to other things going on, like the production of it. That didn't bother me. It's a comic book movie, people. Come on, you gotta give it some grace, I think. Some of the action was kind of silly, but again, comic book movie. I loved all the race stuff, culture stuff in there. They're not beating you over the head. It's not a message movie, but it's there. Especially the black people are gonna know. They're gonna see some stuff like, man, I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about. And so that's in the movie. I love that. I love that Captain America is, like, Anthony Mackie is Captain America now. Like, there's no question about it. I love all his new stuff. You got stuff from Wakanda going on. He still has his wings. He's flying around. I love it. I love it. You got Falcon. He's also flying around. I love this movie. But even though I love the movie, there are some problems. All right, there's some problems, legitimate problems. Some of the problems I feel like people are just kind of being picky. I feel like people are being racist. I'll get to y'all in a second. But then there are valid issues. Like, it does try to tie in a lot of different things and plug a lot of different stuff. You got Thunderbolt stuff in here. You got old Avengers stuff in here. You have what's coming for the Avengers in here. You got some X-Men stuff coming your way in here. You got a lot of Hulk stuff in here, like the bad Hulk. Like, look, I'm not gonna say that the Edward Norton Hulk wasn't bad, but anything pre-Ruffalo, people are trying to forget about, and you're bringing a lot of that into this movie, and that is a problem. So I'm gonna give you all that one. That's a problem. Also, the villain for this movie wasn't doing it for me. I can't give anything away. He's supposed to be really, really, really smart, but he does and says a lot of things that are really, really, really dumb. And some of the things he doesn't do and doesn't say speak to some dumbness. Like, he's supposed to be super smart. So this just created a whole lot of plot holes, like a bunch of plot holes. But still, I love more things about this movie than I disliked, and I'm still stoked coming out of the theater. Now, you MAGA people, all right, you're out there Do I think some of this movie was heavily criticized, overly criticized due to some race stuff, some political stuff? Yeah. I don't know how you can deny that. I think Anthony Mackie had come out and said something political as well, and that's never good. But yeah, I think so. I think just some people just don't want Captain America to be black, and I do think that affected it. I think just having a president, just a political thriller as well, in there is gonna hurt the movie. We've seen this with actors who will say something political. If the movie's about something political, that it either hurts or helps a movie a certain way critically, and it's not really fair. So I think that's going on here as well. And the last point I'll make is Emilia Perez. That movie, it's been nominated for a bunch of awards. I think it got 72% on Rotten Tomatoes, and everyone I know who's seen the movie thinks it is terrible, terrible. While Captain America got like around 50%, maybe lower by now. So you're telling me, you critics out there, you'd rather see Emilia Perez than this new Captain America, this new black Captain America? Come on, man, come on. So yeah, it's ridiculous. It has its flaws, but I still loved a lot about it. You should definitely see it. I'm happy I paid money for it. It's great. I'm giving it a B-. I feel like it's good. It's good. Check it out. Was I too hard on the Macites out there, with the racism? Look, are you racist? You're passionate. I know, I get it. You're passionate about Captain America not being black. I get it. I just want you to be honest, right? I mean, just come out and say, look, I just want Captain America to stay white. That's all. Does that make me racist? Yes, it does. But at least that would be honest. I just want you to be honest. That's all. I mean, I get it too. Like, you've got Captain America and you got a Latino now as Falcon. They're flying around, shooting things. You got an Israeli woman on the ground beating ass. And they're all coming after a president who has a lot of temperaments that's similar to our current president here in America. And there's like a shadowy figure pulling strings. Elon Musk. So I get it. It's all. I get it. I understand. It triggers you. Just be honest.